Good morning, everyone. We will be beginning in 2 minutes. Meanwhile, I request all of you to please switch off your mobile phones. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of CAPEXIL, I extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests and our valued exporter community to this seminar on RBI compliance and documentation burden, a barrier to MSME exporters in India. We are extremely grateful to our exporters who have traveled all the way from Kolkata, Surat, and Mumbai, as well as those from nearby regions to participate in this seminar. Let me start by giving an overview of CAPEXIL. CAPEXIL was set up in 1958 by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, to promote export of chemical-based and allied products from India. And since then, it has been the voice of the Indian business community. With headquarters at Kolkata and regional offices at New Delhi, Mumbai, and Chennai, CAPEXIL has nearly 4,500 members across the country. Having 16 product panels under its purview, CAPEXIL represents a wide and diverse spectrum of sectors, ranging from minerals, stones, paper and rubber products, to ceramics, glassware, paints, cement, plywood, graphite explosives, animal byproducts, ocene and gelatin, and other allied industries. It is my privilege to welcome and introduce our esteemed guests from the Reserve Bank of India and CAPEXIL's esteemed Committee of Administration members who have joined us for today's seminar online. Shri Prashant Kumar Dayal, who is joining us online from Mumbai, is the General Manager at Reserve Bank of India, Mumbai. Mr. Dayal has over 25 years of experience as a central banker and is presently looking after international trade related matters in Foreign Exchange Department at the Central Office, RBI in Mumbai. With his deep knowledge, we are confident that with his deep knowledge and experience, our valued exporter members here will greatly benefit from his insights. I would now like to introduce Shri Baljinder Singh, Assistant General Manager at the Reserve Bank of India, Mumbai, who has taken out his valuable time to be here all the way from Mumbai. Mr. Singh is an accomplished engineering graduate from the Thapar Institute of Engineering, Punjab. He joined RBI over a decade ago and has since made significant contributions to the banking sector. Currently, Mr. Singh is leading the MSME division, which plays a critical role in shaping domestic banking policies for the micro, small, and medium enterprises sector. May I now request our esteemed chairperson, Shri Ramesh Mittal, and panel chairman, Shri Pradeep Gupta, to felicitate Shri Baljinder Singh with a bouquet of flowers and a sincere token of appreciation. So, please. Please come. Thank you, sir. It is also a pleasure to have with us Shri Rajdeep Prakash, Manager at the Reserve Bank of India, New Delhi. Mr. Prakash is an engineering graduate from Rajiv Gandhi Technical University, Bhopal. He joined the country's most prestigious financial institution in 2016 and has since been actively contributing to the banking sector. Currently, Mr. Prakash is working in the trade division of the Foreign Exchange Department, where he handles export and import transactions referred by authorized dealer banks. May I now request our esteemed chairperson, Shri Ramesh Mittal, and panel chairman, Pradeep Gupta, sir, to felicitate Shri Rajdeep Prakash with a bouquet of flowers and a sincere token of appreciation. Thank you, sir. Once again, a very warm welcome to everyone at the seminar. And I now hand over to Shri Ramesh Mittal to address the gathering.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Respected dignitaries, Shri Prashant Dayal, GM, Reserve Bank of India, Foreign Exchange, Central Office, Mumbai. Shri Baljinder Singh ji, AGM, RBI, Reserve Bank of India, MSME Division, Central Office, Mumbai. He who has come all the way from Mumbai for this seminar. Shri Rajdeep Prakash ji, Manager, Foreign Exchange, Reserve Bank of India, New Delhi, who is also personally present among us. Shri Pradeep Gupta ji, our panel chairman sitting among us. Our panel chairpersons present online who represent different products and are based outside of Delhi. Our exporter friends from different fields of export and earning foreign exchange for the country who have made it to this program personally, some even from outside Delhi. And colleagues from CAPEXIL who are instrumental in organizing this event. It is my proud privilege to welcome this august gathering to CAPEXIL's prestigious seminar where compliance issues will be thoroughly discussed with authorities from the Reserve Bank of India. I am sure that we all exporters present here will certainly benefit from the deliberations and discussions with such high dignitaries from our country's central bank who have kindly spared time for us for this event today. We shall definitely take home some remedies for our day-to-day problems. Thereby getting encouraged to increase our exports. Very frankly, if the compliance issues are appropriately addressed by the authorities leading to the ease of doing business while following the requisite rules, exporters will make best efforts to find more and more business opportunities. CAPEXIL has always been supporting its members by presenting their problems before different departments of the government. We do conduct such programs, both physical as well as virtual, from time to time. This is a physical seminar with wholehearted support of the prestigious Reserve Bank of India. We are soon planning for a virtual session on trade operations and logistics by an eminent professor from Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. Since we have as many as 7 product panels out of 16 relating to construction material, we recently conducted a mega show, namely Vibrant BuildCon at Yashobhoomi, New Delhi, where we had nearly 500 importers from different countries and continents. The show was inaugurated by Shri 𝐒𝐲𝐿G, our Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister, the Brand Ambassador Shri Shetty, was also present. The show was graced by Honorable Ministers Shri Mansukh Mandviya ji, Shri Purushottam Rupala ji, Member of Parliament Shri Mohan Kundaria ji, and even Honorable Commerce Secretary Shri Bhartwal ji, IAS, besides the Joint Secretary and many officers from the Ministry of Commerce. It was a very successful event. We have placed the post-show report of Vibrant Bilcon in the seminar kit for the information of all. Before I close, I have a special request for respected Shri Prashant ji Dayal, GM Foreign Exchange RBI Mumbai, who is virtually present among us. Sir, authorized dealers at times keep the exporters, importers on their toes for months, even years in some cases, in resolving any particular issue, which causes harassment and even hampers business. Kindly make available a single window, be it an officer or a specific section, where exporters, importers can make a submission in detail on such a specific issue problem being faced. I understand that through FEMA, RBI has authorized ADs to handle all issues, but when situation becomes critical, we at least have the possibility of reaching out to one authority to find a resolution, of course, only after failed efforts with AD. Thank you all for joining this event. I now request Shri Baljinder Singh ji to kindly enlighten us about the importance of MSMEs, which is his area of expertise. Over to Baljinder Singh ji. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mistry. Thank you so much for your kind words, Mr. Mittal. Respected Shri Prashant Dayal sir, General Manager, Reserve Bank of India, Shri Ramesh K. Mittal, Chairperson, CAPEXIL, Shri Pradeep Gupta, Chairperson, CAPEXIL, esteemed members of CAPEXILs and distinguished participants. Good morning to all of you. So at the outset, I would like to extend my gratitude to the organizers of this event for inviting us for the address to already a policy priority sector for Reserve Bank of India as well as Government of India. As we all are aware that micro, small, medium enterprises, they are crucial when it comes to the Indian economy. They are the one who creates job, fosters entrepreneurship, and help us maintain the unemployment at the bay. This sector helps absorb surplus agricultural labor. That is the cause for the disguised unemployment, and it also helps the country fights the disguised unemployment. MSMEs also act as ancillary units for the heavy industries, bigger industries, so significantly contribute in the secondary as well as the tertiary sector of the country. When it comes to number, as per ASUS 2023-2024, presently there are more than 7.3 crores of MSMEs that are on action in India and contributing of more than 30% of the GDP to the country when it comes. So this is as per the 2021 report. And when it comes to the manufacturing services, this contribution increases to 45%. So when it comes to the MSME exporters, MSME export, they are also having a very encouraging numbers, and they have shown a trend of exemplary growth. The number of MSME units exporting in 2021 was around 52,000. And now in 2024, the number has increased to 1,73,000, more than that. And when it comes to the value, it is being created by these enterprises. In 2021, the value was around 3.95 lakh crores, which has now come closer to 12.5 lakh crores at a compound annual growth rate of more than 30%, which is again a significant contribution and achievement, and it underscores the significant pattern that it plays within the overall economic development of the country. When it comes to the overall MSME exports, around 46%, nearly 46% of the overall export that is being done by our country is being done by the MSMEs. We are aware that being a cornerstone for the economic development of the country, there are many challenges that is being faced by the MSMEs in their day-to-day operations and in overall ecosystem, like limited awareness of financials, documentation, complex documentation, infrastructure bottlenecks that is being faced, delayed payments, and so on. There are so many others. And being a part of the Reserve Bank of India and Government of India, as we have already told, that these all things are under policy priorities, initiatives for us, and following are the initiatives that we have taken. I would start with the most recent one initiative that we have taken is pertaining to the levy of foreclosure charges. As per July circular, the 2nd July circular 2025, the foreclosure charges, it has been mandated to the financial institution not to take foreclosure charges, not to levy foreclosure charges on the loan pertaining to MSCs. There is no limit has been defined, and the interest rate needs to be on the floating rate, barring there are certain financial institutions like the small finance banks, state cooperative banks, central cooperative banks, urban cooperative banks, tier 3, and NBFCs middle layer. They have a cap of 50 lakh rupees. So term loans up to 50 lakh rupees need not to have a foreclosure charges. So this kind of initiative will increase the market competitiveness for all the MSMEs, and it will give the MSMEs to have a better opportunity of a formal credit at a competitive rate. Then the second initiative on the same direction is like key fact statement that we have told. It is being mandated to all the banks to provide key fact statement while taking the loan application, while giving the loan to the MSMEs, that and key fact statement should comprise of the tenure of the loan, interest rates, time period, and all other conditionalities pertaining to the loan, so that nothing can outside the gambit of the rules should be levied on the MSMEs. Further, banks are also required to put in place CPTS, credit proposal tracking system. That's a central system that needs to be established by all the banks. It has been mandated that whatsoever will be the application of the MSMEs can be tracked at the central level. Then, in order to further simplify the loan application process for MSMEs and to enhance efficiency in credit access, the Reserve Bank has stipulated a timeline of 14 working days for the loan limits up to 25 lakh for the MSCs, so that lenders can communicate credit decision for micro and small enterprises loans up to 25 lakh in a timely manner, and there is no further delay, which is being in many cases that was complaints that we have received, representations we have received. Further, all credit-related information pertaining to MSMEs, including timelines for credit decisions, indicative document checklist, etc., shall be displayed under a separate tab prominently on the bank's website. With a view to improve monetary policy transmission, banks have been advised to link loans to micro and small enterprises to an external benchmark from October 1, 2019, and in terms of circular dated September 4, 2019, to further improve the transmission of monetary policy rates. Reserve Bank, with a circular dated Feb 26, 2020, stipulated that with effect April 1, 2020, loans to medium enterprises shall also be linked to external benchmark. Now, on the technological front, as a regulator, the Reserve Bank has created an enabling environment for growth of digital technology for new financial products and services. RBI has facilitated the account aggregator framework, under which information related to financial assets of a customer is collected from holders of such information, called financial information providers, and is presented to the customer or specified users, financial information user, based on the consent. Further, it has been decided to include GSTN to onboard the account aggregators ecosystem as an FIP for MSME lending. The approach is to make sharing and aggregation of financial data possible in a secure, transparent, and efficient manner. Another point is that RBI has developed ULI, Unified Lending Interface. Earlier it was known as PTPFC, Public Tech Platform for Frictionless Credit, which is set to transform the lending landscape in India by making credit more accessible to unserved, underserved population, such as small businesses, by reducing documentation requirements and simplifying the loan application process, by giving lender streamlined one-stop access to verified data from multiple sources, such as land records, credit history, etc. ULI further eliminates the need for complex, costly integrations with individual data providers. This system enables lenders to make quicker and better informed loan decisions, cutting approval times and reducing operational costs. That is being said, thank you again. I extend my gratitude and thanks to the organizers. And with that, thank you so much for the participants. And over to Mansi.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Baljinder, sir. Now I would like to welcome our esteemed guest, Shri Prashant Kumar Dayal, who is connected with us virtually to address the gathering. Over to you, Prashant, sir.
Thank you. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Chairperson CAPEXIL, esteemed members of CAPEXIL, fellow colleagues from RBI, exporters and other participants who have joined in person and virtually. Thank you for inviting me to this seminar. From RBI, warm welcome to all the participants. We all acknowledge the role played by CAPEXIL in boosting exports for the country. And I just want to highlight some of the issues which are presently being discussed among the exporters, and also the way forward, how we will go about it. I have also noted down some points which Chairperson has made during his initial remarks. I'll try to address that also during my talk. So first and foremost, if I look at from the perspective of compliance from the exporter side, we get to hear both from the exporter as well as the banks. So from Reserve Bank of India, we are getting views from both sides and try to analyze where is the challenge which is being faced. So if I look at from the compliance point of view, so if I look from the compliance point of view, I think Mr. Bhattacharya, if we can mute the mic, please. Yeah. So see, as you all know that under FEMA, Reserve Bank has been given one responsibility that it will prescribe a format for declaration of the export. Accordingly, Reserve Bank of India has prescribed a format which is called presently by the name Export Declaration Form. So this is a form which gives the banking system an intimation that this is the full export value an exporter who is exporting goods or services from India is going to realize. Now, presently, services are not being declared, but going forward, you might have seen the new trade guidelines, which also talks about that for services also this kind of declaration has to be given. Now, once this declaration is given, if it is going through a customs port, which is electronic port, it is subsumed in the swing bill and this information comes to the bank. But if it is a non-electronic port, a non-EDI port, it has to be submitted to the banks. So this is one compliance which has to be undertaken by the exporters. The second is related to the bill of lading. Though I think many of you might have seen that yesterday or day before yesterday, it has come in the Economic Times that Tatas have gone for a e-bill of lading where they have exported coal from Australia and it had landed somewhere in the port in Odisha where e-bill of lading was introduced in this entire trade. We are also working with DGFT for e-bill of lading. So once that e-bill of lading comes, maybe this requirement of submitting the bill of lading to the banking industry may not arise. So this is the second compliance which the exporter has to give. And the third is related to the invoice. Generally, while exporting, we are giving pro forma invoice, but later on, the banking system wants a GST invoice. We are in talk with GST authorities to integrate our EDPMS system with GST. So there will be no requirement from the exporter's point of view to submit these documents. It can automatically flow from the GST website. What I'm trying to tell it here is that these are the three documents which also been prescribed by foreign trade policy. And Reserve Bank is only trying to get these three documents for ease of doing business, for better compliance, for going forward. We are trying to integrate our systems electronically so that there is no need for exporters to reach out to the banks for submission of these documents. We have also tried, based on the requests by many of our exporters, that why can't we have this kind of facility on the EDPMS system itself? I want to inform you all, we are already in the process of developing such system. Maybe this week, we will roll out first the viewing rights to all the exporters. What you have to do, you just have to register your email ID as well as the mobile phone number with your respective banks. That will be populated in EDPMS, and then you will get a user ID password to view your all closed as well as future shipping bills which are flowing to the system. So once this is done at your workplace, you can log into the EDPMS system, view your bills, what is outstanding, what is closed, take report of those things, and then take it forward. Going forward, we will also be developing a system where you can upload these documents, which I have talked about, directly on the EDPMS system, which is also a request which is coming from the exporters. And we are seized of the matter, and we are trying to develop these facilities also. So the next phase out will be where you will be uploading the documents on the EDPMS system itself. Now, this is one part of it. When we look at what is the problem after this, we are told by the exporters that they have received the funds in their accounts, but the EDPMS entry is still outstanding. We have also engaged with the banks why this kind of problem is happening. Banks are saying that the documents are not submitted by the exporters, and that is why it is outstanding. We have made it very clear to the banking industry, and I reiterate here also to our exporters friends that please submit these three mandatory documents, which is prescribed by FTP also, foreign trade policy also, to the banks at the earliest. We have given 21 days time. If we do that, then there is no hassles for you also. So you can do that. And then once the fund comes, it will be credited. And we have given directions to the AD bank that the moment they credit the exporter's account, simultaneously they have to close the EDPMS entry. So anything which is happening, because we are monitoring now on regular basis, maybe almost we have written to the banks. We are, because why, what I just want to flag it here, that we have a huge amount of shipping bills outstanding. And similarly, we also have an inward remittance messages which are outstanding, which is not matched to the shipping bill. So if both are of almost equal value, or it gives an impression that the funds have already been realized against the shipping bills. It has not been properly matched at the banking system. So that how that has to be closed, we are closely monitoring with the authorities in banking system, and we are trying to close it down. My colleague Rajdeep is there. He is from Delhi office. He will also tell you how at every regional office we are engaging with the banks for closure of such outstanding shipping bills. Now, coming to the MSME sector, which is sort of when we dream of a 2 trillion export by 2030, MSME can be the growth engine for achieving that target. So when we look at MSME sector with such awe and with so much of importance being given, we are also looking at the challenges which are being faced. So some of the challenges which is being faced is related to the small value exports and their reconciliation. It was flagged to us at different forums, even at the government level, in the cabinet secretariat, under the directions of cabinet secretary. This is being given high importance, and all stakeholders are trying to see how this can be reconciled and how ease of doing business for such exporters are there. You might be aware that in the month of November, we have issued a circular where we said that exports up to 1,000 USD will be closed by the banks under very relaxed norms. We have given initially, just to test waters, we have given initially a timeline of 31st March and try to understand how the system works. And this has worked wonderfully well. I can give you a figure that prior to this circular, roughly about 7,000 odd bills were reconciled per day. After this circular, this figure went up to almost 25,000 per day. So a quantum jump from what we were closing per day, the shipping bills. Now also from 1st of April, we have given it another 6 months time, because we were in the midst of looking for a de minimis kind of regulation for such small value exports. So we have given 6 months time. It was extended up to 30th of September. And now when we look at, so post-April, when we look at the numbers, we are finding it quite satisfying that even bills which has come as close as 1 month back or 2 months back, around 15 to 20% of those also are getting closed based on the declaration, because in the 1st April revised circular, we have said that based on the declaration of the exporters, the bank have to close these transactions. Now, I'll based on this, as I said, we were in the midst of coming with the new regulations. So on Friday, you might have seen on our website a draft circular, because now you might be aware that from Reserve Bank of India, we are having a very open and transparent policy where whatever new policies we announce, first we issue a draft which goes into the public domain, then the stakeholders give the opinion on that, and then based on the opinion, we fine-tune the policy and then issue it. So we have announced this draft circular. We have published on website on 11th of this month, that is last Friday, and we have given time up to 31st of July to give the feedback. We have already started getting the feedbacks, because during the weekend I was watching the emails. The feedbacks have already started. So here what we have done, we have gone for INR 10 lakh per shipment for relaxed norms of compliances. So from USD 1000, we have now gone to INR 10 lakh or its equivalent. We have many of you may think of why INR 10 lakh. So we have aligned it with the foreign trade policy, where for courier shipping bills, this is the limit which is being prescribed. So we have aligned with that. INR 10 lakh or equivalent, we have allowed that with the relaxed norms, it can be closed in the system. So I'll request all the exporters who are present there, as well as CAPEXIL, that you can also propagate this and tell this your members that this is a circular which has come on Friday, and they should go through it, and whatever comments they feel like, they can give it, so that we can fine-tune this circular, and then we can issue a fresh policy. Going forward, some of the challenges which is there in reconciliation of trade, as well as the closure in EDPMS, then other related issues. As I said, we have already gone twice to public with our revised trade guidelines. We have made it very simpler, no prescriptive paragraphs from Reserve Bank of India. We have left it to the AD banks to decide on the policy. Now, having said that, generally it comes in the mind of many of us that from Reserve Bank of India, it has now moved to AD banks, and whether we are left with no choices to reach out to Reserve Bank of India. No. Why we have the policy or the philosophy behind this is that the Reserve Bank of India is not looking at any of the papers. So whatever papers are being vetted by the AD bank, based on those vetting, they were recommending cases to us, and then based on that, we were giving our decisions. Now, this was taking a lot of time, and in now a technology-driven era where time is essence, we felt that why to have this kind of to and fro movement between AD bank and RBI, because if the vetting is being done by AD bank, they themselves can decide on the case and give approvals. So what we will do, we have already taken feedbacks twice from the market. We have incorporated the feedbacks in our policy. The policy has already been finalized at our level. We have sent it to the government for their concurrence and vetting. Once they vet it and send it back to us, we will be notifying it, and then it will be prospectively implemented. Why we are not doing any disruptions? Because whatever transactions has happened, we are not going to give any disruptions. So during the interim period, when it will be the implementation date will be already announced, the system will gear up to that date, and then from that date, a new trade guidelines will come into force. This period will also be utilized by us and other stakeholders in the banking industry to formulate our uniform policy. So now, as you know, there are certain self-regulatory organizations working in the system, like Foreign Exchange Dealers Association of India or Indian Banks Association. We are engaging with them. We are trying to formalize a ground rule which will be non-disruptive. So basic rules for engaging on each of the transactions will be framed by these SROs. They will monitor these. So presently also many of the transactions which is happening in cross-border is being running through the instructions issued by FDI. So they will be framing the ground rules, and based on that, then every bank will have their own internal policy and try to settle these transactions. So we hope that this is going to ease the burden a lot. The recent initiatives of having a de minimis kind of a regulation for exports up to INR 10 lakh will also go in a long way in easing the pressure which is there. And then a very touchy point here is related to the charges, which the small value exporters are also complaining to Reserve Bank of India, the high bank charges. Let me just give you a little perspective on this, that the small value compliances or a big value compliances, the resources allocated by the banks were more or less similar. So they were finding it difficult to rationalize the charges, though with the kind of relaxations we have given, we have been monitoring this. We have found out that many of these banks, though have reduced the charges considerably. Once this de minimis kind of a regulations comes into place, then I think the resource allocation at the banking sector will not be that much, and then we hope to see further reduction in these charges. So this is going to be on the charges part. From the Reserve Bank of India point of view, we have clearly directed the banks that for regulatory compliances, so wherever we have given the regulatory compliances dispensations, like example is 21 days has been given for the document submission, and if that document submission happens after 21 days, the regulatory instructions itself gives the AD bank this power to do this. Now, for giving this extension, there should not be any charges levied by the banks. So we have been very categorical that for regulatory compliances, whatever relaxations have been given, banks will not charge anything. The second very important point here, which has come again from the feedbacks from our exporter friends, is charges of penalty. So penal charges for non-compliance with the regulatory instructions. Banks were also charging the exporters this penalty. We have been very categorical in this also. We have directed the banks that for regulatory compliance, no penal charges to be levied to the exporters. So whatever they will levy is the charges for the services they are giving to the exporters. So that we have to tell our exporter friends that they should also ask the banks that if you have not provided this service, what for the charges are. Because Reserve Bank instructions are very clear. You might have seen the directions which has come on Friday. We are very categorical that for regulatory compliances, no charges to be levied, right? So this is what on the charges part, and then some other errors, challenges which is being flagged time and again. Those are mostly operational matters, not involving a large spectrum of exporters, maybe involving some of them. So we are trying to address that specific issues with the specific exporters. And also many a times the organization like CAPEXIL are reaching out to us, giving the feedbacks on the challenges faced by their members. We are also trying to address that sector-specific issues, and going forward, we will be collaborating more and more. We want to see growth of export, and together we have to reach to the dream which we have made for ourselves to reach 2 trillion export target by 2030. Thank you very much.
Respected sir, thank you so much for your valuable insights. Now the floor is open for questions and answers. I'm sure a lot of our exporters have relevant questions, so we can proceed. Yes, ma'am, you may switch on your mic by clicking on the button.
Hi, this is Ani here from Om Books International. Let me just introduce myself. I think I might be one of the oldest ones here who has been into exports out of India. And like I started way back in 90s, it's about 30 years now that, I am into exports. So I have seen and dealt with the RBI related matters for a very long time. And, I am just, I'm not going to take too long, but I will come up to the points which Mr. GM mentioned just now, talking about the ease of doing business and seeing the growth of exports. Well, we have seen the times when the exports were really, really high out of India. And then we saw a big dip, and during those times, we didn't feel the difficulties which we are feeling now. You've also mentioned about, they mentioned about the digital technology and a lot of things coming in. But where the problem is coming is we are not modernizing our, we are not seeing where the world is going to. I'm particularly talking about the cases where, I'm talking about, let's say, MTT, merchant trade export. We've talked about general exports. What is bringing in big money? I'm working for a company now, which is a 60-year-old company. And I take care of the overseas operations of the company. And finally, this year, we took 80% of the company is producing out of India. But there are certain 20% of the products which are produced out of the country. And here, 3 countries are involved. India is doing the product development. India is very good with content. And we do the content here, and the content is sold in another country. And that particular country needs it manufactured in China. And then we check it here in India for the quality purpose, and export is done from China. The whole process takes a fairly long time. And my bank tells me that the money must come in by 9 months. And we need to take an advance money from the client we are working with. Otherwise, we do not know what is going to happen. So what they say is that the money, the first money and the last money, there should be a gap of 9 months, which is really less, where you have to translate, make the product, do all the quality checks, and I faced this problem last year so much that my management has told me, okay, stop that part of exports. So we are not increasing the business. We are trying to decrease the business. And our bankers are totally unfriendly, not even aware of where the world is going. And I told your colleagues this morning that RBI is depicted as the most unfriendly organization in the country, where we can't even reach out to anybody. There is no phone. There is no helpline. There is no mailing system. I have written in the last 1 year n number of emails without any answers. I put it on the complaint box, gone into all your websites and various compliance websites of the banks, and done all that. But there is no reply. And I had more than $200,000 sitting in my account for more than 8 months in the bank without release. And who was using that money? No one, I think. And again, with great difficulty, I managed to solve all that. And we had to plant one staff of ours in ICICI Bank who was just reporting there every day. And the guy who was in charge of handling this was always busy or out for lunch or in a meeting. And there was no solution. So we have to really attack all those things because world is moving very fast, you know. So like this, we'll never be able to reach our targets. And if we handle this carefully, I'm sure, we can do even into 2 times, 3 times of what the targets is. Thank you.
Yeah, I think many such other feedbacks will also be there. So I'll request the organizers if such more feedbacks are there, and then I can collectively answer to those.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, all of you. I am Prakash from Lakshmi Publication, Delhi. Actually, sir, we have exported one government order in Rwanda. We have got an international order from the Ministry of Rwanda for the developing the books. We have done that, and we have got the payment also. In between, the government has deducted 15% withholding tax in Rwanda. We have got the certificate also. But in India, our bank says we need that 15% payment from Rwanda. We have already submitted the certificate also to the bank, but they are not accepting it. And for last 3-4 years, they are just sending the mail to us again and again. We need inward remittance. They are not accepting the certificate. So how can we solve that? Because government has already cleared the account. So how we bring that 15% payment from Rwanda? So this is the main issue. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Agarwal, you can come use this mic.
Good morning, sir. I'm Abhay. I'm Director Mangla Stone Group. Similar to the situation with Book International, we do a lot of merchanting trade. So where we are buying stones from Turkey, China, Italy, and sending goods to Middle East as a project. So similar in this situation, the policy says the foreign exchange outlay should not be more than 4 months. And it is practically impossible. More than $150,000 of ours were stuck for a year and a half, again with ICICI Bank, and there was no support from RBI. I had to go to RBI office, but there was not even, there was no entertainment for us. There was nothing. They just said, come through bank, and bank was not supporting. So I think this MTD policy needs a total revamp. And banks are not aware, employees are not aware. They are just, they are just withholding our funds just for nothing.
Yeah, good morning. I am N.K. Arora, DNS Stones Private Limited, Delhi. I have 3 suggestions, in fact, not a grievance. Number 1, we exporter, we have to file one APR every year for our this foreign entity. As an Indian entity, we have a joint venture in foreign country. So we are required to file one APR and one FLA report. Is it not a duplicacy? Can we make it one only? My second suggestion is that while filing the APR, it says that it has to be based on the audited balance sheet of the foreign entity. Earlier, the mandate was that in case the foreign entity is not regulated to be audited as per the local regulations, then we can file the APR based on the unaudited balance sheet also. But recently, I think RBI has modified the instructions. It has to be if the Indian entity has a controlling stake in the foreign entity, then the APR has to be based on the audited balance sheet of the foreign entity. So my suggestion is that we small MSME exporter, our foreign entities may not be very big. Our profit in the foreign country is not that big that we should go for audit of the balance sheet in the foreign country. We have a subsidiary in UK. So if I get my foreign subsidiary audited in UK, I have to pay £20,000. My profit may not be even that. UK government doesn't say you have to get it audited being a small entity. So number one, this suggestion. Number two, our APRs have been uploaded by the AD Bank on the RBI portal up to 2019. Although we have been giving APR every year to the bank, but they have not uploaded on the portal. I don't know why. Only last year, only a few months back, we received a letter from the bank that your APR has to be based on the audited balance sheet. Now, only for 23-24, they have raised this point. So how can I get my previous balance sheets also audited now? So these are my suggestions. One more also, yes. Although that is not connected to the directly RBI, but I think here CAPEXIL and RBI, I can make use of this platform to give the suggestion. This exchange rate on which our invoice has to be converted to Indian rupees, it is notified on the 𝐒𝐀𝐏𝐄𝐿 portal by DGFT. So the notification comes if this is the notional rate of forex you have to apply on your invoice from tomorrow. Now my invoices are being issued today. There is a time lag of at least 1 day in the issuance of the shipping bill from the date of issue of the invoice. By the time my consignment reaches the port and it is cleared by CHA, it takes at least 1 day. Now this notification sometimes is given on the portal at 10 p.m. From tomorrow, the same date is going to be changed. Now, what about my invoices which have been issued today, and the shipping will be issued tomorrow only? The exchange rate will be different. So my invoice value and shipping bill value will differ. In that case, my IGST refund is held up. So I will suggest that there should be at least on the portal, 𝐒𝐀𝐏𝐄𝐿 portal, this notification should come at least before 12 a.m. on a day if it is effective from tomorrow. At least 30-hour difference should be there. So these are my suggestions. Thank you.
So I think I'll take some of them and then you can have your thoughts and then the other rounds of. So primarily two suggestions came or feedback came for MTT transactions. Let me just clarify here. And being the FATF compliant nation, we have to be we have to be looking into the facts of the transactions which is happening cross-border. In MTT transactions, you will understand it is not touching our ports. So other stakeholders are not involved, and only the banking industry and the traders who are doing these kind of trades are involved. So I do understand at a certain level, maybe because of lack of understanding, or maybe because of over enthusiasm at the level of banks, certain excesses might have happened. I fully agree with this, and the anguish which Madam has shown, I am fully with you. These kind of things do happen, and as Chairman has said in his opening remarks, to have a single point of contact in every AD bank, I have taken note of it, and when I am discussing this with IBA and FDI next, I'll take up this point and I will try to impress upon them to have a single point of contact for the exporters and importers for resolving the issues, or maybe have a dedicated email IDs most of them would have, but I'll again impress upon them because that was the one takeaway from Chairman's initial remark, which I have taken note of. So I'll try to do that. Now coming to Reserve Bank of India, Madam, I'll try to tell you that we are very sensitive towards the customer feedbacks. Very recently, you might have seen that we have revamped our citizen charter. We have given a timelines, which is now we have now electronic mode of monitoring the references which have been received with us. And I'll tell you and this entire the participants that this is being monitored at the very top. So whatever references we receive, it has to be responded to or resolved within a definite timeline. So whatever references come to us, it is being looked into. So if there is any such instance in past which you have experienced, I'm sorry for that, but you reach out to our regional office wherever you are situated and try to bring this out so that it also acts as a feedback to us that where the things have gone wrong. Now coming to MTT, just to give you information, we presently, when we started, we gave this timeline of completion of MTT within certain time. And the other part which Reserve Bank is little sort of sensitive towards is the forex outlay. So whenever you have either received a foreign exchange from abroad or you have made any payments abroad, then there has to be a closure period for this. So presently this was 4 months. Total MTT transactions have to be completed within 9 months with a forex outlay of 4 months. This we have increased to 6 months in the new trade guidelines. For closure of MTT, we have left it open so that 9 months, you might have seen the new trade guidelines, madam. We have left it open. So we are not deciding on when the transaction is going to be closed. I am only concerned about the forex outlay for which 6 months time period has been given. And why 6 months time period? Because it has to be aligned with some other thing. For import payments, there was a 6 months timeline. For export payments, there is a period of, and this is going with the operating cycle. So we have not received any comments of this forex outlay of 6 months. So this is what is going to be. If still you feel that this is be challenging, please write to us because it is still in the stage of finalization before it is notified. This is one point which I want to make. So we are now totally clear from the when it should be completed. It should be completed as per the terms of agreement. What we are concerned about is the forex outlay. So forex outlay has to be. Now, just to inform you all that we are developing the MTT module, also a separate module in EDPMS system, where this will be keeping track of the MTT transactions. So the AD bank will give only the forex outlay point of view. It will not give me that what has been the entire transaction we are not monitoring. We will only be monitoring the forex outlay. So that 6 months period we will be monitoring. This is what we are doing for MTT transactions. Regarding the reduction in invoice value for the printing material with the Rwanda case which was referred, it is basically one case specific. I'm not going to the case specific, but what I'm trying to say is for reduction in invoice value, we have given full freedom now to the AD bank. Those 5%, 10% limits we have all removed. I can just bring the philosophy here by limiting these transactions or giving the prescription for these transactions, what it was leading to. That is what our experience in past is. What it was leading to, it was again hard coding. Whereas in a current account transaction, such hard coding should not be there. Now the system has matured enough that it will take decision on its own based on the business agreements, based on the transactions it does. So we are very clear here. We will not be hard coding these the pointers and let the AD bank decide based on the facts of the case. Every case will be unique, and based on the facts of the case, they will decide the case. So reduction in invoice value, it can go to 100%. You might have seen the 10 lakh circular, which I'm referring to for small value exports. We have said that if the declaration of the exporter is there, that nothing is, despite their best efforts, nothing is going to be realized in that, that has to be taken as declaration, because the onus of compliance is on the exporter. So exporter is declaring it that they will not be able to realize anything. The bank will take into record and give an appropriate remark in EDPMS and then close the bills. So this is how it is going to be. Now, coming to the suggestions which is there, I do understand that foreign liability and assets reporting as well as annual performance report, both are little duplicate. I'll try to reach out to our colleagues in Overseas Investment Department and ask them that this feedback was received by us during this seminar, and maybe we can think of that wherever there are convergent points between the FLA or the APR or anything extra which we are asking in APR, that may be incorporated in FLA itself, so that there is no two duplicate reporting done by the entities. I will also give this feedback on audited balance sheet, whatever you have told, whether, because this suggestion again, both in foreign investment as well as in overseas investment is coming, where the scope of Indian auditors were being examined. So because of certain legal cases in different courts, this has not taken forward in the spirit which it was started with. But I will again highlight this issue, the trouble faced by the entities in this auditing. And regarding 𝐒𝐲𝐽, I fully appreciate your concern, and I'll request CAPEXIL that whenever they get an opportunity to discuss this with DGFT or the customs officials, and when we also get opportunity to discuss with customs officials, we'll definitely convey this feedback. Thank you.
Thank you. Before you go, I'm sorry to just, give crash and take one more minute of yours. That, you have mentioned and satisfied us with your answers, but at the same time, please do open a gateway for a one-to-one talk, because, your team cannot be aware of so many things which is happening. Each and every trade is different. Each and every action in the trade is different. How do they know what I am going through? So we, in the whole world, we are doing Zoom calls, talking to people. So why RBI is such a secluded body that nobody can go near them? It's like a touch me not. So why?
I think that I am from the southern region.
Yeah.
We reached to the RBI through CAPEXIL Chennai, and we got the appointment. Very professionally they handle, and very professional they resolve. So I'll also request you, madam, reach out to CAPEXIL wherever your region is.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sure.
Thank you.
It will be done.
Madam,
I have to say, I found the RBI very, very professional and fast acting on exporters issues. So that is one, not to charge you, but just a suggestion from the southern region.
Thanks.
Two, sir, humble request. We take whatever payments come, we have to go to the RBI for to get the dollar rate or the sterling rate or whatever. We feel we are really short charged on these rates by the banks as MSME exporters. Also, when we try to book forward premia for dollars or euros, it is nothing transparent at all. I mean, they give you very obscure rates. Why can't it be on the RBI website live? So we also, all members know what is the dollar premium 3 months later, 6 months later, either you're an importer or an exporter. Same for other currencies also, if that is possible, because when we try to buy a Reuters or Money 2000 or, whichever banks use, it is very, very expensive, and, MSME exporters cannot avail of this. It is not there on any bank side. We see in the news, dollar has charged 86. We call the bank, it is 60, 70 paisa less. I mean, how do, and these are our hard earned, this is the difference. So when we want to quote also, we quote based on these rates. And if you don't, we miss orders, nowadays customers are also, they can take a rate from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, from Vietnam. And if you're not quoting the right price, you miss out on the business. So is there a way RBI can put, these are market rates like stock exchange, we all see on the news, the Bombay Stock Exchange or the National Stock Exchange. Why about the currency markets, which is regulated through RBI? Humble request, sir, if this is possible, both the rates and the forward premiums for these rates, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar. And to Madam, I'll just tell that whatever measures we discussed about the small value export, it is not because it came to us just like that. We engaged with the exporters across the country through 3 of the video conferences. More than 250 exporters joined us in each of these conferences. And we had a heart-to-heart talk on every issue. Based on those feedbacks only, we have tweaked our policy. So it's not that we as an organization are touch me not. We are a public organization, and we have our public face also, where we go and do all of outreach. Definitely, when we interacting with exporters, the forum like CAPEXIL or other export promotion councils or FIO, they come as handy because through them we reach out to a large number of exporters. But we also organize such meet at our regional office level. Our colleague, Mr. Rajdeep Prakash, will tell you that from Delhi office, how many such exporters meet they have done during the year. So we are very much there. We do such outreach. Now, coming to Mr. Kumar's query about the reference rate, as you all are aware that earlier we were issuing the reference rate on our RBI website. Later on, we have created an institution called Financial Benchmarks of India Private Limited, FBIL. Now, they are the institutions who are authorized to give these reference rate, forward premium. Everything will be available online on a real-time basis. So they have a timeline, and that will be available. So you need not come to, because whatever reference rate you are finding on our website, this is all leading or it is being taken from FIBIL website. So FIBIL is the authority which are presently giving all the rates.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
May I? Sir, just for a minute, I have some of the issues and some of the suggestions together. सर, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने और मोदी जी ने एमएसएमई एक्सपोर्ट के लिए काफी कुछ किया है और काफी ज्यादा पॉलिसीज बनाई हुई है। ग्राउंड रियलिटीज पे आप देखेंगे सीजीटीएम एमएसएमई के अंदर 20 करोड़ रुपए तक का एक्सपोर्टर को, जो मैन्युफैक्चरर एक्सपोर्टर है, उसको लोन मिल सकता है। ग्राउंड रियलिटीज में अगर आरबीआई की कोई मॉनिटरिंग पॉलिसी देखेगी तो आई एम श्योर कि शायद पूरे इंडिया में 50 केसेस भी नहीं मिलेंगे जहां पे उन्होंने उसको यूज किया हो। हम लोग जब भी उनको कांटेक्ट कर रहे हैं, दे आर ऑलवेज इंसिस्टिंग ऑन द कोलेक्टियल्स बेस और सो मेनी हर्डल्स टुगेदर, सो दिस टू बी एड्रेस्ड। सेकेंडली सर, ये मर्चेंट एक्सपोर्टर से रिलेटेड जो इश्यूज थे बैंकिंग के, कोई भी बैंक जो फॉरेन करेंसी में डील कर रहा है, उसके लिए ये कंपलसरी होना चाहिए कि वो ईडी अकाउंट हमारा खोल सके और मर्चेंट बैंकिंग अलाउ कर सके। अभी मैं जिस बैंक से डील करता हूँ, दे हैव डिनाइड कि हम लोग नहीं करते हैं। फिर वो हम लोगों ने जिस बैंक में खोला है सर, उसमें 24 अप्रैल से पैसे आए हुए हैं, अभी तक कंप्लाइंस पूरी नहीं हुई है। नेशनलाइज बैंक है वो, मैं बैंक का नाम नहीं लेना चाहता यहाँ पे, लेकिन इस तरीके की तो डिस्करेजमेंट है ना सर। ये तो एक जो सामने वाला है उससे कंट्री की भी इमेज हम लोग खराब कर रहे हैं और अपने इंडियन एक्सपोर्टर की भी इमेज खराब कर रहे हैं। तो दैट शुड बी रिस्ट्रिक्टेड फॉर श्योर। दीज 2 सजेशंस फ्रॉम मी दैट मे प्लीज बी नोटेड। थैंक यू सर।
आपकी बात सही है और जो भी मतलब फॉर्मली आप राजदीप जी हमारे वहां पे हैं, आप उसको हम पब्लिकली बैंक का नाम नहीं लेंगे, बट आप उनको वो डिटेल्स दे देंगे। सो अपने स्तर पे हम भी जानने की कोशिश करेंगे कि आखिर इसमें प्रॉब्लम कहाँ पे है। दूसरा जो सजेशन है वो आई थिंक रेस्पेक्टिव जो हमारे इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं वो उसको टेक केयर करेंगे। डायरेक्टली फेमा रिलेटेड इश्यूज नहीं है, जो आपने बात की पहली बात जो थी। दूसरा जस्ट एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मैं यहाँ पे लेना चाहूंगा इसको कि अभी इन रीसेंट टाइम्स जो एक्सपोर्टर्स के लिए फेमा के तहत जो हमने कुछ चेंजेस लाए हैं जिससे कि एक्सपोर्ट में थोड़ा बूस्ट मिल सकता है। तो हमने अभी 16 जनवरी 2025 को 3 नोटिफिकेशंस नए इशू किए, जिसमें पहला नोटिफिकेशन ये था कि एक्सपोर्टर जिस तरह से एक्सचेंज अर्नर्स फॉरेन करेंसी अकाउंट इंडिया में खोलता है, उसी तरह का एक फॉरेन करेंसी अकाउंट, एक्सचेंज अर्नर फॉरेन करेंसी अकाउंट नहीं बट एक डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ फॉरेन करेंसी अकाउंट वो बाहर खोल सकता है, इंडिया के बाहर खोल सकता है किसी बैंक के साथ, और उसमें जो पैसे हैं उसको वो यूज कर सकता है अपने इंपोर्ट्स के लिए, पेमेंट के लिए। अगर वो सिमिलरली जैसे एक्सचेंज अर्नर फॉरेन करेंसी अकाउंट में है कि अगर आपका पैसा अनयूटिलाइज्ड 1 महीने तक है तो 30 दिन के बाद उसको आपको रिपैट्रिएट करना होगा। सेम रिपैट्रिएशन यहाँ भी होगा, और जब वो रिपैट्रिएट होगा इंडिया में, चाहे वो आपने पूरा यूटिलाइज कर लिया हो, पार्शियल यूटिलाइज कर लिया हो, या कोई कुछ भी यूटिलाइज नहीं किया, जब वो रिपैट्रिएट होगा आपकी ईडीपीएमएस एंट्री उसी समय फिर रिकंसाइल हो जाएगी। सो ये एक पहला जो हम लोगों ने लाया है। दूसरा लाया है कि आप जैसे जानते होंगे कि इंडियन रुपीज में ट्रेड करने के लिए हमने एक स्पेशल रुपी वॉस्ट्रो अकाउंट की व्यवस्था की थी 2022 से। सो आज के डेट में बहुत सारे देश के स्पेशल रुपी वॉस्ट्रो अकाउंट हमारे पास हैं। कुछ देश के पास जहां हमारी ट्रेड डेफिसिट की पोजीशन है, उनके रुपी वॉस्ट्रो अकाउंट में पैसे सरप्लस पड़े रहते हैं, और कुछ देश जिनके जो हमसे जिसमें हम सरप्लस की पोजीशन में हैं, उनके पास रुपी नहीं होते हैं हमसे इंपोर्ट करने के लिए। तो हमने एक जो नोटिफिकेशन निकाला है उसमें हम लोगों ने ये कहा है कि जो भी भारत के बाहर के जो नागरिक हैं जिनका कि कोई भी रिपैट्रिएबल रुपी अकाउंट है, जैसे एसएनआरआर अकाउंट है या एसआरबीआई अकाउंट है, इसमें फॉर देयर बोनाफाइड ट्रांजैक्शंस दे कैन ट्रांसफर द फंड्स। सो एक एसआरबीआई से एसएनआरआर अकाउंट में या एसएनआरआर अकाउंट से एसआरबीआई अकाउंट में पैसे जा सकते हैं। तो आज के डेट में होगा क्या कि अगर कोई नागरिक जो संयुक्त अरब अमीरात का है और वो ट्रांजैक्शन कर रहा है श्रीलंका के साथ, तो इस ट्रांजैक्शन के लिए वो इंडियन रुपी में, और इंडियन रुपी जो अकाउंट है इंडिया में उसमें वो सेटल कर सकता है अपने ट्रेड को। इससे होगा क्या कि एक जो संयुक्त अरब अमीरात का अकाउंट था उससे वो पैसा श्रीलंका के अकाउंट में चला जाएगा, एंड दिस विल आल्सो गिव बूस्ट फ्रॉम द फैक्ट many of our trading partners have forex crisis. So with this kind of transactions we will give boost to our exporters, we will give boost to our exporters to find new territories for trades. So ये एक opportunity दी थी। तीसरी जो opportunity ये थी कि अगर इन रिपैट्रिएबल रुपी अकाउंट में पैसे सरप्लस पड़े हुए हैं तो उसका इस्तेमाल वो इंडिया में प्रत्यक्ष विदेशी निवेश के लिए कर सकते हैं, फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए कर सकते हैं। तो ये भी उनको एक दिया था। रिसेंटली ट्रेड के मद्देनजर हमने 2 मेजर चेंजेस किए हैं। जैसा आप लोग सभी जानते हैं कि भारत और संयुक्त अरब अमीरात ने एक एग्रीमेंट किया है कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इकोनॉमिक पार्टनरशिप की। उसके तहत एक भारत मार्ट करके फैसिलिटी बनाई जा रही है दुबई में। वहां पे इंडियन ट्रेडर्स अपने सामान ले जा सकते हैं और वहां से वो फिर अपने सामान को दूसरे कंट्रीज में भेज सकते हैं। चैलेंज ये था, आज के जो एक्सटेंट फेमा गाइडलाइंस है उसके हिसाब से ये था कि अगर आप वेयर हाउस पे कहीं भेजते हैं तो विद इन 15 months यू हैव टू रिपैट्रिएट द फंड्स, राइट? सो व्हाट वी हैव सेड that if you are sending the goods to Bharat Mart and from there you are selling it to other countries, then 9 months from sale of goods from Bharat Mart, not from export of goods from India, from sale of goods from Bharat Mart, within 9 months you have to repatriate. So this gives the exporter a flexibility कि जब भी उनका सामान वहां से निकलता है within 9 months उनको ये परेशानी नहीं रहेगी कि मेरा सामान भारत से गया था और 15 महीने के बाद मुझे पैसे लाने हैं, नहीं तो मुझे एडी बैंक के पास दौड़ना पड़ेगा एक्सटेंशन ऑफ टाइम के लिए. So to ease the pressure from the businessman, from the exporters, we have said that from the sale of goods from Bharat Mart, and then going forward in the new regulations, the same provision will continue. So if you are selling it to warehouse, 9 months from the sale of from the warehouse, you have to repatriate the funds. This is one which we have done. From a sector specific point of view, may not be relevant here, but just to tell you that we have been receiving feedbacks from our shipping industry to relax certain norms. We have relaxed very recently 2 major announcements we have made. One for the purchase of ships from abroad, as well as to make the advance payment without the bank guarantee or the letter of credit. So these are, so as I said, that we are always open to the feedbacks. As Madam has said, if CAPEXIL takes it forward or any other organization takes it forward, we will be available at a regional office level, at a central office level. We will be available for such feedbacks. Once you give the feedbacks, we will tweak our policies, because the goal of both of us are same, that we want to increase the export. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I have a few questions. I'll go very fast. We are a small bookseller and send small packet shipments. So when we send the shipments through post, we generate postal bill of export. Those postal bill of export do not currently show up in EDPMS. So when we receive inward remittance, the bank is asking us that your export is not showing in EDPMS. That is why we cannot set off your import payment export payment. The next question, next point is, we also receive checks, physical checks in US dollar from some of the libraries in the US. So banks are very reluctant in accepting those US dollar checks, and even if they do, the turnaround time is about 2 to 3 months. The practical turnaround time, whether although they say that we'll be doing it in 21 days, but practically we get the credit in 2 to 3 months. We also have credit card, mail order, telephonic order facility from our own bank, and that is the same AD bank. So when we get payment through credit card, again, since the payment is in INR, the bank is not allowing us to settle the set off the export shipping bill in EDPMS. And it's like we submit our documents to the bank in 21 days, less than that. But is there a timeline for banks also? Like they should clear these up in 21 days or something of the sort, because they take months and thereafter they levy charges or penalty, as you had said earlier. So if there are some timelines for the bank as well, that will be helpful. And our former AD bank sent us a letter inquiring about transactions of 2004 and 2005, that is 21 years back. So how long the documents an exporter should maintain to satisfy the AD? And a very small suggestion, if there can be a small crash course for micro enterprises from RBI or any of the associations, so that we can learn how to practically deal with ADs and do the export. Because when a micro enterprise start business, they don't know much about these formalities. So these were the points I wanted to make. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your feedback. And just to inform you, from January 2025, the postal bill of exports are flowing into the EDPMS system. So this has already been integrated to EDPMS system. So that challenge will not be there now. Apart from postal bill of exports, now the government has changed the SEZ and DTA transactions also. Earlier, SEZ and DTA transactions were flowing to EDPMS system in a different format. Now, SEZs have developed a different type of a format called S-type transaction, where it will identify the SEZs. So the S-type bills, if are coming, it is basically SEZ to DTA transactions. So that have also started flowing into EDPMS system. Now, coming to your specific query on the books and all, there are certain challenges in that, because why I brought SEZ, because many of the publishers also publish the books in SEZ and then export it to other countries. That challenge is also there, and how to settle it. Regarding the credit card payments also, please share the specific details, because from the regulatory point of view, there is no instructions where these transactions cannot be settled. The second suggestion for you, that if there is a very stiff deadline for the exporter to meet of 21 days, why not the same deadline for the banks? I want to tell you all that we have a very strict deadline for the banks also. The moment they have credited the exporter's account, they have to close the EDPMS entries. This is what we are now doing. You might be looking at in the newspapers that X bank or Y bank has been penalized for FEMA related, because all these things are also coming into, because why I am saying this is, under FEMA, when authorized dealer is allowed to undertake the transaction, they also have to go for certain obligations attached with that. And within the framework of the Act itself, the Reserve Bank issues them instructions, give them directions, and if they do not comply with the, there are then penal provisions also. So it's not that much more stiff compliance is there for the banks. So be assured on that part. Now, I think one suggestion was related to, I just missed the last point.
Sir, one point was how long the document should be maintained.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
we got the query
just to
21
inform
years
you,
back.
yeah, just to inform you all, what has happened, as you know that EDPMS started functioning from 2014, and IDPMS, the import, that started from 2016. Very recently, I think in last year, the customs authorities said that can't we have all the payment details from the earlier years also sent to us, so that we can reconcile. This was an exercise which was undertaken by the customs authorities, just because they were also taking getting some feedbacks that bills are not there in EDPMS or IDPMS. So we shared all the data from 2014 onwards and 2016 onwards to the customs authorities. Based on that, we have come across instances where now based on these data, some old bills have started flowing into the system. So for that, the banks are asking. But 2004, because that time there was no EDPMS system, it was manually driven. So I do not know from where the banks have unearthed these kind of bills and they have asked you to comply with.
So actually, sir, it is not about the shipping bill. It is about the inward remittance that we had received at that time, and we were exporting through post.
No,
So
that's
now
what
they are asking for the shipping bill and transport documents and the invoice.
No, I do understand. So that's what I'm trying to understand, that whether it was a shipping bill or an inward remittance, it has to be reconciled then and there, because those days there used to be a system of reporting of export outstanding and the outstanding IRMs. So why this was not done? So maybe this will be a specific case. If you are based in Delhi, you can reach out to our Delhi office, or if you are anywhere else based, then you can reach out to our respective ROs. Right?
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
You can ask.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन है, मैं आशीष प्रजापति फ्रॉम वापी गुजरात. कंपनी नेम इज एलियर गिफ्ट रैप्स प्राइवेट लिमिटेड वापी. डील करते हैं पेपर इंडस्ट्रीज, टोटली एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं. ओरिएंटेड यूनिट ने पूरा एक्सपोर्ट ही करते हैं. तो मेरे पास ऐसी नोटिस आती है कि 900 शिपिंग बिल आपके पेंडिंग है, पेमेंट ही नहीं आया है. जो इंसेंटिव लिया आप रिटर्न करो, ऐसा करे 4 करोड़ रुपए की. बैंक में कोई पेंडिंग नहीं दिख रहा है. तो वहां से नोटिस आ रहा है, कुछ समझ में. मैंने एनओसी लेके दोनों बैंक से एनओसी लेके दे दिया. तो वहां से वापस रिप्लाई है कि एनओसी नहीं चलेगा, आप एक्सेल बनाओ, सब कुछ लिखो, उसके ऊपर बैंक का ठप्पा लगाओ, एक्सेल हमको भेजो, हम वेरीफाई करेंगे. तो डिटेल पेंडिंग दिख नहीं रही तो भी भेज रहे लोग. सेकंड क्वेश्चन है सर मेरा, यूएसए में हम एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं, तो सामने सामने से पेमेंट नहीं है, बैंक करप्सी फाइल कर दी है। ऑनलाइन में बैंक करप्सी दिख रही है, लेकिन उसका ऑर्डर फाइनल कब आएगा मालूम नहीं है। हमने शिपिंग बिल सब लॉन्च करवा दिए हैं, तो जो ऑनलाइन दिख रहा है डेटा उस हिसाब से बैंक में हमने जमा करवा दिए है। तो बैंक बोले एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेंगे जब तक बैंक नहीं भेजेंगे कि बंद हो गया है। वहां से रिप्लाई करेंगे, हम ईमेल करेंगे, कुछ आने वाला सब बंद ही हो गया है। तो वो केस में क्या करेंगे?
आपका दो सवाल है। एक तो मतलब जो मैं समझ रहा हूं कि ईडीपीएमएस में आपकी एंट्री क्लोज्ड है, आपने रियलाइजेशन कर लिया है, और उसके बाद भी आपको जो गवर्नमेंट अथॉरिटीज है जहां से आपने ड्यूटी ड्रॉबैक लिया है या जो भी आपने इंसेंटिव लिया है, वो कह रहे हैं कि आपने एक्सपोर्ट रियलाइजेशन नहीं किया है, आपका कोई डेटा नहीं आया है, उसकी वजह से आप इंसेंटिव वापस करें। आई थिंक यही आपका है।
यस।
मैं आपको इसीलिए जो अभी पहले मैंने बताया कि 2014-2016 से जो हमने डेटा दिया है, उसके बाद डेटा में कुछ एरर्स उनको दिखे हैं, मतलब आइस गेट के साइड में हमने पहले भी उनको भेजे थे। आप स्पेसिफिक जो इश्यूज हैं उसको उनके साथ डील कीजिए। जैसा मैंने बताया कि अब ड्यूरिंग दिस वीक आप अपने बैंक के पास जाएं और अपना ईमेल आईडी और मोबाइल नंबर उनके पास रजिस्टर कर लें। उससे क्या होगा कि ईडीपीएमएस में आप खुद भी देख सकते हैं उन बिलों की स्टेटस, राइट। आप खुद भी लॉग इन करके आप देख सकते हैं कि जिन बिलों की बात जो अथॉरिटीज कर रहे हैं, वो बिल अगर क्लोज स्टेटस में है तो आपको उसका कब पैसा आया और क्या आया वो सब डिटेल आपको मिल जाएगा उधर, ठीक है।
सर सॉरी, 12 साल का डेटा है, 12 साल का डेटा है।
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ। सो अभी जब आपको एक्सेस मिलेगा तो आपको पुराने बिल्स के डेटा मिल जाएंगे। अगर आपको फिर भी लग रहा है कि उससे आपका काम नहीं हो रहा है, तो आप स्पेसिफिक अपनी आईसी के साथ, अपने इंपोर्टर एक्सपोर्टर कोड के साथ, हमारे जो आप वापी से हैं तो आप हमारे अहमदाबाद रीजनल ऑफिस को बात करें, उनसे बोलें कि इस आईसी के लिए आपको डिटेल्स भेज दें। वो डिटेल हम आपको एक्सेल सीट में निकाल के भेज देंगे, उसको आप जो है वो उनको सबमिट कर सकते हैं। दूसरा सवाल आपका था रिलेटेड बैंक, दूसरा सवाल
बैंक करप्सी।
हाँ, बैंक्रप्सी जो आपके, उसमें क्या हुआ है कि अगर आपका जो दूसरा ट्रेडिंग पार्टनर दूसरे कंट्री में अगर बैंक्रप्ट हो जा रहा है, हमारे इंस्ट्रक्शंस बहुत क्लियर हैं। आपको उनके पास रीच आउट करना है और जो हमारी गवर्नमेंट अथॉरिटीज है, जैसे हमारी एम्बेसी है वहां पे, आप उनको चिट्ठी लिखिए कि ये इनके साथ आपने ट्रेड किया था और वो ऐसा उनके वेबसाइट से पता चल रहा है कि वो बैंक्रप्सी के लिए है, आप इसको क्या कंफर्म कर सकते हैं। एक बार आपको एम्बेसी की तरफ से चिट्ठी मिल जाएगी, वो ऑथेंटिक डॉक्यूमेंट है जिसके बेसिस पे बैंक आपका ट्रांजैक्शंस क्लोज कर सकता है।
इंडियन एम्बेसी,
इंडियन एम्बेसी जो उस कंट्री में है, आप उनको लिख देंगे, वो आपको ईमेल से जवाब दे देंगे, बस।
सर तीसरा एक सवाल है, सॉरी छूट गया। कोई पार्टी है 50% पेमेंट आ गया, 50% पेमेंट के लिए मेल डाल रहे तो भी पेमेंट नहीं, रिप्लाई नहीं दे रहे हैं, तो केस में क्या करेंगे सर? बैंक क्लियर नहीं कर रहे हैं।
जैसा मैंने बताया कि एक बार जब आपने एक्सपोर्ट किया तो ये आपकी ड्यूटी बनती है कि एक्सपोर्ट की रियलाइजेशन, क्योंकि आपने ही वो एक्सपोर्ट वैल्यू डिक्लेयर किया है कि इतने एक्सपोर्ट वैल्यू आप लेके आएंगे। अगर उसमें कुछ रिडक्शन इन इनवॉइस वैल्यू होता है या कुछ और प्रॉब्लम होता है, देन इशू आपको टेकअप करना है उनके थ्रू और टेकअप करना है थ्रू एम्बेसी के थ्रू। अगर आपको लगता है कि फिर भी कोई जो है बात आगे नहीं बढ़ रही है, तो फिर रेस्पेक्टिव बैंक को आप बताएंगे कि ये रीजन से है। जैसा मैंने बताया कि आज के डेट में उनके पास पावर्स नहीं है अभी इंस्ट्रक्शंस में, बट जब नए डायरेक्शंस आएंगे तो उनको सारे पावर्स रहेंगे। तो वो क्या करेंगे कि रिजर्व बैंक को लिखेंगे कि भाई इसमें 50% ही आया है पैसा, 50% नहीं है, 50% राइट ऑफ करना है। वो बेस्ड ऑन द फैक्ट्स ऑफ द केस वो रिजर्व बैंक की तरफ से आपको परमिशन मिल जाएगी कि आप राइट ऑफ कर सकते हैं।
थैंक यू सर।
Sir, I just wanted to reconfirm whether embassies are authorized to help the exporters in the respective countries.
Yeah, if you look at, then the foreign trade policy also says that if a foreigner have any issues, they have to reach out to DGFT, and our instructions are very clear on this, that if our exporters have issues, they can write to, because every embassy have a economic wing. They can, because they are our like extended arm there, and they can reach out to the investigative agency or other, they have access to them. So what we cannot as an exporter get those information they can get, and then they get. So this is a formal arrangement. It's not something which is not.
If you can help and tell the right department in the embassy to whom to address it.
I think every embassy has a customer or sort of a email ID or a contact for reaching out to them. I think that will be the ID. There will be no specific ID for each embassy. Embassy, like we have our help desk, it will also be there for embassies also.
Thank you.
Sir, we are the exporter of Indian books, and एक हमारा कस्टमर है फॉरेन का, तो उसको हमने पेमेंट, जैसे हम उसको सप्लाई करते हैं, एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं, और वो हमसे इंपोर्ट करता है, तो उसने हम पेमेंट जो थी वो एडजस्ट कर दी। हमारी पेमेंट हमें उससे लेनी थी और हमें उसको देनी थी, तो उसने पेमेंट एडजस्ट कर ली, लेकिन वो शिपिंग बिल उसमें पेंडिंग है। हमने उसको कहा कि आप हमें पेमेंट करो, तभी हमारे बैंक से शिपिंग बिल क्लियर होंगे, बट वो डिनाई कर रहा है, तो बिल हमारे सारे पेंडिंग है अभी शिपिंग बिल। तो उस केस में हम क्या करें?
आप स्पेसिफिक केस डिटेल्स को, अगर आप दिल्ली बेस्ड हैं तो हमारे दिल्ली ऑफिस को अपने एडी के थ्रू भिजवाइए। आपको इंस्ट्रक्शंस के हिसाब से जो है सजेशंस, जैसा गाइडेंस होगा वो मिल जाएगा।
और सर एक क्वेरी और है, जैसे कुछ बायर्स हैं हमारे, वो हमसे डायरेक्ट सप्लाई नहीं लेते, जैसे फॉरेन के कस्टमर्स हैं, वो अपने जो भी शिपमेंट्स होती है कंसाइनी को भेजते हैं, तो पेमेंट जो हमारे पास बायर से आती है, लेकिन हम जो सप्लाई करते हैं वो हम कंसाइनी को करते हैं। तो उस केस में
जब आप एग्रीमेंट करते हैं उस समय अगर एकदम क्लियरली मेंशन्ड है कि पेमेंट जो है वो थर्ड पार्टी के से आएगी, जो कंसाइनी है उसके पास से नहीं आएगी, तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा बैंक के लेवल पे। अगर बाद में ऐसा होता है थर्ड पार्टी, उस समय भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। अगर आप करेक्ट बोनाफाइड को अगर स्टैब्लिश कर पाएंगे, बैंक उसको क्लोज कर देंगे, बिकॉज हमारा थर्ड पार्टी का इंस्ट्रक्शंस बहुत ही क्लियर है इस मामले में। तो आप वो थर्ड पार्टी इंस्ट्रक्शंस को एक बार देख लें और उसके हिसाब से अपना ट्रांजैक्शन करें।
नहीं सर, एक इश्यू और है, क्योंकि जो DHL या जिसको भी हम शिपिंग एजेंट को यूज करते हैं, वो कहते हैं इनवॉइस जनरेट करो, क्योंकि पेमेंट तो एडवांस आई है, लेकिन हम उसको सैम्पलिंग इनवॉइस करते हैं, तो मतलब जो भी $10 मिनिमम अमाउंट हम इनवॉइस करते हैं, तो बैंक में तो वो शिपिंग बिल फाइल हो रहे हैं। तो उस केस में हम क्या करें, क्योंकि बैंक वो शिपिंग बिल सारे पेंडिंग है, क्योंकि पेमेंट तो ऑलरेडी आ चुकी है, और जो पीरियोडिकल्स होते हैं वो मतलब ईयर में वो हर पीरियड्स पे जाते हैं, हर 6 मंथ, 3 मंथ या मंथली।
नहीं, मैं उसी के लिए कह रहा था कि अगर ये बहुत ही छोटे वैल्यू के शिपिंग बिल्स हैं, सो आप यूज कर सकते हैं जो हमारी फैसिलिटी अभी आपको दी गई है। आप एक डिक्लेरेशन देंगे और बेस्ड ऑन दोज डिक्लेरेशंस वो क्लोज हो जाएंगे। नो अदर डॉक्यूमेंट्स आर रिक्वायर्ड, ठीक है। बट फिर भी आप बेटर गाइडेंस के लिए हमारे दिल्ली ऑफिस को आप अप्रोच कर सकते हैं।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
Any other questions from the audience? Yes, sir.
सर, हम टिम्बर एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं। हम जब किसी पार्टी को अपने परफॉर्मेंस इशू करते हैं, जो बाहर होता है वो उसी टाइम अपना ऑनलाइन पेमेंट देता है हमें, मतलब टोटल पेमेंट का कुछ पार्ट। उसके बाद वो जो पेमेंट हमें आती है वो ऑनलाइन पेमेंट करता है, वो उसका उसमें कुछ और नाम होता है। जब हमारे पास फाइनल पेमेंट आती है तो उसमें कुछ और नाम होता है। उसके बाद जो हमारे बैंक्स वाले हैं वो कह रहे हैं ये पेमेंट कहीं और से आ रही है, ये जिस कंपनी को आपने PA इशू किया उसी का नाम होना चाहिए। तो अब उस केस में हमारे पास बहुत इश्यूज आ रहे हैं, DRC इशू हो रहे हैं हमारे।
नहीं, जैसा मैंने अभी कहा कि बेसिकली देखिए बैंकिंग सिस्टम को क्या देखना है। बैंकिंग सिस्टम को जैसा आप सभी जानेंगे, और मैंने पहले भी बोला कि वी आर FATF कंप्लायंट कंट्री। सो बैंकिंग सिस्टम क्या देखता है कि जो पैसा आ रहा है वो पैसा सही सोर्स से आ रहा है। सो बैंकिंग सिस्टम सिर्फ एक ही चीज चेक करता है कि वो जो पैसा आ रहा है या पैसा जा रहा है वो KYC, AML और CFT कंसर्न से अलग है। सो जो KYC, AML और CFT कंसर्न है वो इसमें नहीं है, बस उसी की चेकिंग करता है। तो अगर कंसाइनी और कंसाइनर वो एक अलग नाम है, पैसे कहीं और से आ रहे हैं, तो आपको सिर्फ बोनाफाइड्स उनको बताने हैं कि ये पैसा जो आया है वो पैसा क्यों आया है। अगर वो आप बता देंगे तो बैंक विल एक्सेप्ट दैट। जो अभी मैडम को मैंने बताया कि अगर आपको पहले से पता है कि ये पैसा यहाँ से आएगा, तो वो प्रॉपरली आपके उसमें डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में ही आ जाएगा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी। लेकिन मैं कह रहा हूं कि अगर आपने ट्रांजैक्शन कर लिया और उसके बाद भी अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ रही है तो आप डॉक्यूमेंटेशन उनको दिखा दीजिए कि ये आपने एग्रीमेंट किया है, इसके बेसिस पे वो थर्ड पार्टी पेमेंट हो रहा है। और ये थर्ड पार्टी पेमेंट ऐसे आपका ही केस नहीं है, ऐसे बहुत सारे केसेस हैं जो कि होते रहते हैं, ट्रांजैक्शंस ऐसे आते रहते हैं। बेस्ड ऑन द बोनाफाइड्स ऑफ द ट्रांजैक्शंस हम उसको अलाउ करते हैं।
Thank you, sir. Any other questions? Sir, please.
हाय गुड आफ्टरनून सर, 2 क्वेश्चंस कि नेपाल और भूटान में जैसे होता है कि इंपोर्टर्स आते हैं एंड दे टेक द मटेरियल फ्रॉम द फैक्ट्री एंड जो शिपिंग बिल LRGR तक जनरेट होते हैं वो डायरेक्टली इंपोर्टर्स के पास जाते हैं, इसी वजह से बिकॉज जो CHF फ्रेट फॉरवर्डर्स है उन्होंने ही हायर करे हैं एंड एज एक्सपोर्टर्स हमारे पास डायरेक्टली एक्सेस नहीं है। तो हाउ डू वी सॉल्व दैट इशू? उन पेमेंट्स को कैसे मैं रेगुलराइज करूं अपने बैंक के साथ, सिंस BL भी जनरेट नहीं हो रहा, ऑल द ट्रेड इज बीन डन इन INR एंड क्रॉस बॉर्डर ट्रेड वाया रोड है ये। दूसरा, अगर हम लोग रशिया के साथ वी आर एक्सपोर्टिंग मटेरियल्स टू रशिया एंड एज इट हैपेंस कि लेट्स सपोज मेरा ICICI बैंक में अकाउंट है एंड तो इंडिया ट्रेड कर रहा है रशिया के साथ बट ICICI डज नॉट इशू BRC फॉर दैट, तो हाउ डू वी रेगुलराइज दोज पेमेंट्स?
देखिए, पहला जो आपका सवाल है वो नेपाल और भूटान से संबंधित है। जैसा सभी लोग जानते हैं कि नेपाल और भूटान के साथ एक डिफरेंट लेवल का अरेंजमेंट है इंडिया के साथ। हम लोग इसके लिए कस्टम्स अथॉरिटीज के साथ ऑलरेडी एंगेज्ड हैं टू मेक इट मोर क्लियर टू इंडियन ट्रेडर्स। जो हमारे इंडिया के साइड में जो ट्रेडर्स हैं उनके लिए भी थोड़ा क्लियर हो जाए, और जो नेपाल के साइड में है तो हम DGFT और कस्टम्स दोनों के साथ इस पे बात कर रहे हैं। जो आपकी कंसर्न्स है वो जेन्युइन कंसर्न्स हैं, और ये हम लोगों ने फ्लैग करके रखे हुए हैं कस्टम्स अथॉरिटीज को भी और DGFT को भी। तो even I'll request from CAPEXIL that if they can also, whenever they discuss this issue with the ministries, they can flag this issue trade with Nepal and Bhutan. दूसरा जो आपका रशिया वाला जो इशू है, इसमें 2-3 तरह के इश्यूज हैं। देखिए, क्या होता है कि एज ए कंट्री हमने कोई जो है ट्रेड को रोका नहीं है किसी भी कंट्री के साथ, चाहे वो ईरान हो या रशिया हो। और उसके बैंकिंग सिस्टम अगेन हर बैंक जो है, रिजर्व बैंक की तरफ से कोई इंस्ट्रक्शन उनको नहीं है, बट हर बैंक की अपनी अपनी जो बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स है वो अपनी एक पॉलिसी बनाती है और उसके अनुसार ट्रांजैक्शंस अंडरटेक करने हैं कि नहीं करने हैं वो डिसीजन लेता है। इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए हमने रिजर्व बैंक की तरफ से आपको एक फैसिलिटी ये दी है कि जो एक इंस्ट्रक्शंस है कि करंट अकाउंट के लिए आप सिर्फ एक ही बैंक के पास अपना करंट अकाउंट खोल सकते हैं। फॉर एक्सपोर्ट एंड इंपोर्ट ट्रांजैक्शंस हमने आपको अलाउ किया है कि आप एक से ज्यादा भी ट्रांजैक्शन करंट अकाउंट खोल सकते हैं अन्य बैंकों के साथ, तो आप उसके थ्रू अपने ट्रांजैक्शन सेटल करें। अब आपका जो सवाल था कि ICICI बैंक में आपका पैसा आ गया है बट EBRC वो जनरेट नहीं कर रहा है। अगेन जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक बैंक रियलाइजेशन सर्टिफिकेट है, अभी जैसा आप सभी लोग जानते हैं कि DGFT ने एक पोर्टल बनाया है जहां पे आप डायरेक्टली जाके अपनी EBRC जनरेट कर सकते हैं। उसमें बैंक के सहयोग की कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है। तो आपका जो रियलाइजेशन डिटेल्स है वो रियलाइजेशन डिटेल भी उस पोर्टल पे होता है, और आपकी जो शिपिंग बिल है उसका भी डिटेल उस पोर्टल पे होता है। आपको क्या करना है कि आप DGFT के पोर्टल पे जाए, जिस शिपिंग बिल के अगेंस्ट में जो पैसा आया है उसको आप मैच कर लें, और मैच करके आपकी EBRC जनरेट हो जाएगी। अगर उसमें किसी बैंक को कोई दिक्कत है ट्रांजैक्शन स्पेसिफिक, तब वो उसको फ्लैग कर सकता है, अदरवाइज वो आपकी जेन्युइन EBRC है जिसको आप कंज्यूम कर सकते हैं।
Any other questions?
Just one last question.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry to come back over and over again. Can any bank refuse to take our shipping documents? Like my MTT documents, one of the banks, they refused कि हम तो लेंगे ही नहीं जी, हम करते ही नहीं है MTT. So is that also somewhere written down that this bank then will not bank with those people, you know? because they outrightly refuse to say कि हम MTT नहीं करते हैं.
Madam, just to answer your question, that in trade transactions, whether it is customs or any other authorities, they take an authorization letter of the bank. So if you are going through a custom port, your bank's authority letter will be there, and that's from there you get the AD code. So it is purely it's purely a customer and bank relationship which comes into play. So whenever you are undertaking any transactions, it is your relationship with that bank. If the bank is not willing, so there is no directions from Reserve Bank which can be issued for this. So why they are not taking your transactions? Then if you have any issues related to that, we have a grievance redressal mechanism for that. But when you talk from the principal point of view, principle is that whenever for cross-border transactions, you want to enter into a relationship, the bank has to satisfy itself that, yes, I will undertake the transaction from X, Y, and Z. And based on that, they give you a sort of authority letter that you can use their AD code for your transactions.
Yes, we do have the AD code. And after the whole transaction has happened, when the money comes in, you try to submit the relevant documents, they refuse.
Generally, such instances are not reported.
I will share the bank details with the.
So Mr. You can tell Mr. Prakash.
Yeah, and let's take a specific case on that. Thank you.
Thank you. There is another 2 more questions actually, so you can.
सर कुछ बिल ऑफ एंट्रीज हैं जो कि सैंपल्स आए थे हमारे पास जापान से, तो वो एक्चुअली हमारे पास बिल ऑफ एंट्रीज है नहीं क्योंकि वो बाय एयर आए थे ना, उनको हमने कोई पेमेंट किया है, तो वो IDPMS पे पेंडिंग शो कर रहे हैं और बैंक बोल रहा है कि इसका बिल ऑफ एंट्रीज ला के दो. बिल ऑफ एंट्रीज ला नहीं सकते क्योंकि बाय एयर काफी सारी कस्टमर्स के सैंपल्स वगैरह उसमें आए हुए हैं, ना DHL ने हमें कोई उसका बिल ऑफ एंट्री दिया है, तो हाउ कैन वी क्लोज दैट?
मैं समझा नहीं, आपने कहा कि ये एयर से आए हैं, बिल ऑफ एंट्री उसकी जनरेट नहीं हुई है.
जनरेट हुई है सर बिल ऑफ एंट्रीज, बट वी डोंट हैव द बिल ऑफ एंट्री और IDPMS पे शो कर रहा है वो, और पेमेंट नहीं किया है हमने क्योंकि वो बहुत छोटे जापानीज येन के.
जस्ट आपको इंटरप्ट कर रहा हूँ. सो बिल ऑफ एंट्री जनरेट हुई है, मतलब ये EDI पोर्ट से जनरेट हुई होगी. सो वो आपके पास नहीं है. दैट इज व्हाट यू आर ट्राइंग टू से. और ये और ये FOC मतलब वो सैंपल्स है. सो वो बेसिकली आपको ये देखना होगा, क्योंकि इसमें रोल जो है वो कस्टम्स का है. कस्टम्स की अपने पॉलिसी के हिसाब से सैंपल्स को, चाहे वो हमारे तरफ से एक्सपोर्ट होते हैं तब और जब इंपोर्ट होते हैं. एक्सपोर्ट के केस में हमने तो GR वेवर का एक कॉन्सेप्ट डाला हुआ है, बट इंपोर्ट के केस में इस तरह की कोई व्यवस्था नहीं है. तो कस्टम्स जो है वो अपनी पॉलिसी के हिसाब से कभी किसी बिल्स में FOC करता है या उस बिल में 1 रुपए या ऐसा करके वो डाल देता है. अगर इस तरह के बिल ऑफ एंट्री होते हैं तो आप सभी के जानकारी के लिए ये IDPMS में ऑटोमेटिकली क्लोज हो जाते हैं. जब जो इस तरह के बिल्स होते हैं, जो नहीं है उसके लिए आप एक प्रॉपर डॉक्यूमेंटेशन कुछ देंगे, उसकी बेसिस पे FOC के तहत इसको बैंक्स जो है वो क्लोज कर सकते हैं. सो बैंक जो है ऐसे बिलों को क्लोज करते हैं, आपको एक प्रॉपर डॉक्यूमेंटेशन देना होगा. बिल ऑफ एंट्री अगर नहीं है तो आप उसको बता सकते हैं, और FOC बेसिस पे हम लोगों ने बैंकों को बोला हुआ है कि अगर FOC है और आप उसके ट्रांजैक्शंस के पेपर्स के बेसिस पे आप उसकी बोनाफाइड चेक कर सकते हैं, आप इसको क्लोज कर सकते हैं.
ओके सर. एक क्वेश्चन और था, इन मर्चेंट एक्सपोर्ट लाइक हमारे पास एडवांस पेमेंट्स आ जाता है $2 लाख $3 लाख, तो बैंक वो हमारा पैसा होल्ड कर देते हैं EFC अकाउंट में. तो क्या इसका कोई सॉल्यूशन हो सकता है कि वो पैसा हम यूज कर सकते हैं अपने और पेमेंट्स के लिए?
देखिए, जैसा मैंने बताया कि हम दोनों साइड से, मतलब एज अ कंट्री वी शुड बी सीन एज कंप्लाइंग विद लॉ फ्रॉम बोथ साइड्स. हम जो हमारे यहाँ पैसा आता है उसके लिए हम सजग रहें, और जो पैसा हमको देना है उसके लिए सजग नहीं रहें. तो बेसिकली MTT ट्रांजैक्शंस में उसी प्रिंसिपल के बेसिस पे ये कहा गया कि अगर आपको जो आपका सेल लेग है उसके लिए अगर आपको एडवांस मिल जाता है तो आपको परचेज लेग के लिए पैसा देना होगा. तो हम लोगों ने कहा है कि उसको एक डेजिग्नेटेड अकाउंट में आप रखेंगे और उसके लिए इस्तेमाल करेंगे. पर्पस सिर्फ यही है, फॉरेक्स आउटले, क्योंकि ये एक तरह से अगर आप पैसा नहीं देते हैं जो आपने परचेज लेग का, फिर ये लाइबिलिटी इंडिया के लिए एक हो जाती है, एक कंट्री स्पेसिफिक लाइबिलिटी हो जाती है, तो वो एक प्रॉब्लम है, यही इसका मेन मंशा है। बट आगे जब इंस्ट्रक्शंस जाएंगे उसमें ऐसा कोई प्रिस्क्रिप्टिव इंस्ट्रक्शंस नहीं, ठीक है।
और सर ये जो 6 month वाला डिलेड है, ये कब से रनिंग है सर, मतलब कंप्लायंस में?
देखिए आज के इंस्ट्रक्शंस के हिसाब से 4 महीने का समय है। अगर आपको 4 महीने के समय में अगर आपको लगता है कि 4 महीने आपके लिए कंप्लीशन का टाइम नहीं हो रहा है, कंप्लीट नहीं हो पा रहा है इसमें, तो आपके ऑप्शन ये है कि आप इमीडिएटली अपने एडी बैंक के थ्रू रिजर्व बैंक के पास चले आए और रिजर्व बैंक उसको एक्सटेंड करेगा। वो अपने रीजनल ऑफिस के लेवल पे ही हो जाएगा, जो राजदीप जी हैं वो आपको बताएंगे कि इस तरह के केसेस उनके पास आते हैं जिसमें आपको एक्सटेंशन मिल जाएगा, 9 months का भी एक्सटेंशन मिल जाएगा और 4 महीने का भी एक्सटेंशन मिल जाएगा। आगे जब इंस्ट्रक्शंस आएंगे, जैसा मैंने आपको बताया कि जब भी इंस्ट्रक्शंस नोटिफाई होंगे उसको एक इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के लिए एक डेट रहेगा कि कब से वो कमेंस होंगे, उसके बाद ही वो 6 महीने वाला पीरियड होगा। लेकिन अगर इस बीच में अगर आपको कभी तकलीफ आती है तो आप रीजनल ऑफिस से वो एक्सटेंशन ले सकते हैं।
थैंक यू सर।
Thank you so much, Shri, Prashant sir, for handling all of our queries from the exporter members. And now I hand over to Shri Pradeep Gupta sir, panel chairman, paper board and products, for the vote of thanks.
आदरणीय प्रशांत दयाल जी, बलजिंदर सिंह जी, राजदीप जी, जो आरबीआई से आप ऑनलाइन कनेक्टेड हैं और आप लोग हमारे यहाँ प्रेजेंट हैं, बहुत बहुत आभार आप लोगों का। और मुझे ये भी आपसे शेयर करने में बहुत खुशी हो रही है दयाल साहब कि करीब 30-35 साल पहले मनमोहन सिंह जी भी कैपेक्सिल में आ चुके हैं, शिरकत कर चुके हैं। आज सुबह कैपेक्सिल की हमारी टीम हमें शेयर कर रही थी। तो कुछ शायद हम लोगों से ये गलती जरूर हो गई कि आप लोगों से वास्ता और रेगुलर इंटरेक्शन कायम करने में हमने 30-35 साल लगा दिए, जो इतना बड़ा गैप हो गया और हमारे मेंबर एक्सपोर्ट्स की तकलीफें काफ़ी बढ़ गई। खैर तकलीफ तो नहीं बोलूँगा, माइनर इरिटेंट्स हैं और इरिटेंट बढ़कर एक वो बड़ा एक प्रॉब्लम का रूप ले लेती हैं। तो हम ये भी चाहेंगे कि अगर आपके यहाँ से आपके रीजनल ऑफिसेस जो मेन सिटीज़ में हैं, वहाँ कौन ऑफिसर और उनका क्या नंबर और ईमेल हम अपने सब मेंबर एक्सपोर्टर्स को शेयर कर लें, जो कि अगर एडी बैंक से जो लोग की जो तकलीफ है अगर वो दूर नहीं हो पा रही है तो वो उनको अप्रोच कर सकें। एक्चुअली जो इंटरेक्शन हमारे मेंबर्स के साथ हुई है, 80% प्रॉब्लम ये है कि हर जगह बैंक सिर्फ एक ही लाइन बोलकर कि ये तो आरबीआई की गाइडलाइन है, हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते। और अब मेंबर एक्सपोर्टर आरबीआई में कहाँ जाए, किससे बात करे, किसको अप्रोच करे, दैट्स अ हरक्यूलियन टास्क फॉर द एक्सपोर्टर। सो दैट्स व्हाई कैपेक्सिल थॉट कि हम एक इस तरह का प्लेटफॉर्म रखें जहाँ पर आपसे और आपकी टीम के साथ वास्ता हो जाए और हमारे एक्सपोर्टर्स अपने पॉइंट्स को टेक अप कर सकें। सो आई होप कि हमारे मेंबर एक्सपोर्टर्स को एक अच्छा वैल्यू एडिशन मिला होगा टुडे, और बहुत बहुत आभारी हैं हम आपके। और हम चाहेंगे कि आगे भी कभी इस तरह का अगर हम ऑर्गेनाइज करना चाहें तो आपका सपोर्ट हमें मिले। रीजनल लेवल्स पर भी हम इसको ले जाना चाहेंगे। आज तो दिल्ली में करा है, बॉम्बे में, हमारी दूसरी सिटीज़ में, तो फिर हम आपके पास दोबारा अप्रोच करेंगे। थैंक यू सो मच। जितने भी लोग आज प्रेजेंट हुए हैं उनके बहुत बहुत हम लोग शुक्रगुजार हैं। आप लोग का इतना अच्छा इंटरैक्टिव सेशन और इतना अच्छा रिस्पांस इज क्वाइट एनकरेजिंग फॉर अस। नॉर्मली नहीं तो हम लोग कोई भी चीज़ कोई और दूसरे काम करते हैं तो रिस्पांस थोड़ा सा कम ही रहता है, तो हम चाहेंगे कि आप लोग भी और इंटरैक्टिव हो। मैं आपको एक चीज़ अश्योर कर सकता हूँ कि जो मिनिस्ट्री भी मीटिंग्स करती है या आरबीआई या जितने भी गवर्नमेंट के ऑफिसेज हैं, वो सब बहुत ओपन है और वाकई चाहते हैं कि ट्रांसपेरेंसी आए, एफिशिएंसी आए। तो उसके लिए आप लोगों को भी इंटरैक्टिव होना पड़ेगा, अपने पॉजिटिव होकर सजेशंस देने पड़ेंगे, आपके इश्यूज उठाने पड़ेंगे, एंड यू कैन यूज कैपेक्सिल एज अ प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर दैट। वी आर ऑलवेज देयर। And lastly, I would like to thank the CAPEXIL team टीम ने बड़ी मेहनत करी है हमारी और ये सब चीज़ ऑर्गेनाइज करी है. Thank you so much. Thank you for making this a great event for all of us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
One more thing, just एक मित्तल साहब जो हमारे चेयरपर्सन हैं, उनकी लास्ट 6-1 महीने में हमने सोशल मीडिया, वेबसाइट्स वगैरह कैपेक्सिल ने काफ़ी रिवैम्प करा है और काफ़ी काम करा है. तो मैं चाहूँगा कि एक बार आयुष जैन है हमारे यहाँ, वो ये देखते हैं तो थोड़ा सा आपको ब्रीफ कर देंगे.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Ayush Jain representing CAPEXIL. तो can we please projector? आप में से जितने भी हमारे एक्सपोर्टर मेंबर्स हैं, उन्होंने देखा होगा कि हम लोगों ने अपनी न्यूली वेबसाइट लॉन्च करी है सितंबर में, एंड वी आर गेटिंग अ वेरी गुड रिस्पॉन्स ऑल्सो. क्या मुझे आप लोग बता सकते हैं कि आप में से कितने लोग रेगुलरली वेबसाइट चेक करते हैं और उसमें क्या चेक करते हैं पर्टिकुलरली? एनीवन ओवर है? हम लोगों ने एक्सपोर्टर मेंबर्स को ध्यान में रखते हुए थोड़े बहुत चेंजेस करे हैं, थोड़े बहुत एडिशंस करे हैं. जैसे कि आप लोग पॉलिसी इन्फो में अगर जाएं तो जितने भी गवर्नमेंट के नोटिफिकेशंस और पब्लिक नोटिस रहते हैं वो हम लोग यहाँ पे प्रॉपरली अपडेट करते रहते हैं. सेम हमारा सोशल मीडिया पे भी अपडेट होता रहता है. अभी रिसेंटली आप लोगों को पता लगा होगा कि कैपेक्सिल ने वाइब्रेंट बिलकॉन 2025 में पार्टिसिपेट किया था. उसका हम लोगों ने यूट्यूब पे पूरा कवरेज डाला हुआ है, इंटरव्यूज जो भी हमने कंडक्ट किए थे. आप लोग प्लीज़ ये जो न्यूली मेड हमारा यूट्यूब चैनल है, इसको प्लीज़ अभी मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ, ओनली 2 मिनट्स, आप इसको प्लीज़ फॉलो कीजिए. इस इवेंट की भी, सेमिनार की भी, और जो भी हमारे फ्यूचर में पैनल मीटिंग्स होने वाली हैं उसका हम लोग कवरेज इस पर अभी डालने वाले हैं. आपको बस ऑफिशियल कैपेक्सिल लिखना है, जैसे @ लिखा हुआ है, ऑफिशियल कैपेक्सिल आप लिखिए प्लीज़ यूट्यूब में जाके. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट हमारे वेबसाइट पे हम लोगों ने एक्सपोर्टर्स के लिए एक्सपोर्ट डाटा में, यहाँ पे आप जाइए मेंबर्स में, एक्सपोर्ट डाटा, उसके बाद एक्सपोर्ट स्टैटिस्टिक्स में आप जाकर के देख सकते हैं कि हमारी क्या एक्सपोर्ट परफॉर्मेंस रही है पैनल वाइज, HS कोड वाइज ऑल्सो. आई हैव ऑल्सो मेंशन दैट. ये हमारी ग्रोथ है, एंड जो पिछले फाइनेंशियल जो लास्ट 2 फाइनेंशियल ईयर्स हैं उनकी परफॉर्मेंस भी हमने यहाँ पे डाली हुई है. So this is panel wise exports. As you all know that we have 16 panels under the canopy of CAPEXIL. एक हमने इसमें नया फीचर इसमें इंट्रोड्यूस किया है. आई एम नॉट श्योर हाउ मच आप लोगों ने कितना एक्सप्लोर किया है उसको. दिस इज द इंटरेक्टिव मैप फीचर. आप किसी भी कंट्री पे आप होवर करते हैं ना, तो आपको उसके लास्ट 2 ईयर्स के अकॉर्डिंग जो भी टॉप 10 कमोडिटीज हैं जो हम लोग एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं यहाँ से, उसके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन आएगी. आप थोड़ा बहुत इसमें से अपना पोटेंशियल देख सकते हैं कि आप कौन से कंट्री में कम जा रहा है, आप अनटैप मार्केट्स हैं आपके पास, वो भी आप देख सकते हैं. और दूसरा, आपको अगर कोई सजेशन हो जिसमें भी आप देना चाहें तो देयर इज़ अ फीडबैक फॉर्म जो मैंने यहाँ पे लिस्ट किया हुआ है. आप इस फीडबैक फॉर्म को फिल कीजिए, और जो भी वेबसाइट के अकॉर्डिंग या फिर जो भी आपके अन्यथा अपार्ट फ्रॉम वेबसाइट जो भी फीडबैक आप इसमें प्लीज़ फिल कर सकते हैं. ये जो 2 आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पर, शेयर ट्रेड अलर्ट्स एंड रिक्वेस्ट ट्रेड इन्फॉर्मेशन, ये भी एक गूगल फॉर्म ही है. आपने सपोज कोई कंट्री में, जैसे भी आप लोग ने अभी क्वेरीज अपनी एड्रेस की थी, वैसे ही आप अपनी क्वेरीज जो है यहाँ पे भी पोस्ट कर सकते हैं. किसी मार्केट में आपको इंटरवेंशन में दिक्कत आई है, कुछ भी रिसेंट अपडेट्स हुए, दिस विल हेल्प अस टेक इश्यूज इन दी मिनिस्ट्री, बिकॉज कई बार ऐसा होता है कि हम लोग इश्यूज लेकर के तो जा रहे हैं, बट उसका मेन रीजन क्या है शायद हम लोग ये पता नहीं लगा पा रहे। कभी कभार ऐसा भी होता है, तो इसलिए आप प्लीज अगर कुछ भी रिसेंट इन्फॉर्मेशन आपके पास है फॉर एनी मार्केट, प्लीज आप इसमें ट्रेड अलर्ट्स में डालिए इसको। And regarding any notification of the government, we are regularly posting it on Twitter, LinkedIn and Facebook. So please आप लोग जो है सारे सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स को फॉलो कर लीजिए कैपेक्सिल के लिए। बस यूट्यूब जो है वो हमारा न्यूली क्रिएटेड है, तो उसका ये यूजर नेम रहेगा। थैंक यू।
Right, Ayush. Thank you so much. Yes.
हम लोग सर काफी पहले एक B2B का हमारे पास इसमें सिस्टम था। कैपेक्सिल की वेबसाइट पे हम लोगों के पास बाहर से क्वेरीज आती थी और वो हम लोग देख पाते थे, तो वो अब शायद B2B काम नहीं कर रहा है। कैन बी इंटीग्रेटेड दैट पार्ट ऑफ इट? कहीं से भी बाहर से कोई आदमी अगर कैपेक्सिल को कोई इंक्वायरी भेज रहा है तो वाई वी कैन नॉट अंडरटेक दैट?
ठीक है जनरल साहब, इसको भी इंटीग्रेट करवाते हैं। B2B वाला मतलब कस्टमर क्वेरीज फॉल ऑन कैपेक्सिल्स वेबसाइट।
ध्यान होगा ये मतलब काफी
बहुत पहले आया करते, बहुत आया करते।
हम लोग एक बुक्स भी भेजते थे जिसमें कुछ ना कुछ क्वेरीज आती रहती थी और फॉर्चुनेटली मतलब हमने उसमें से काफी क्रैक भी की थी। वेबसाइट जो देखेगा हमारी या वो गूगल पे डालेगा तो उसमें हमारी कैपेक्सिल खुलेगा और उसमें वो अपनी इंक्वायरी पोस्ट करेगा, तो वो हम अपने कस्टमर्स जो है हमारे वो देख सकेंगे।
वो भी ऐड करेंगे अपन फ्यूचर भैया। हाँ हाँ, बहुत आती थी जी। मैं तो अप्रैल 69 से मेंबर हूँ कैपेक्सिल का। हाँ जी, और कुछ?
All right. Any queries directed to Rajdeep sir or Shri Baljinder sir can be directed formally or informally after the session as well. We are still present here. So, Mittal sir, with your permission, we can close the session.
सर इसमें एक छोटा सा सजेशन ये और है कि हमारी कैपेक्सिल की मीटिंग जो है ना बहुत लंबे गैप से होती है, तो अगर ये हम अपने मेंबर्स की मीटिंग मतलब एक इंटरेस्टेड और इंटरेक्टिव सेशन के साथ जिसमें मतलब लोगों का एक वास्ट इंटरेस्ट हो, तो वो वाली इस तरीके की मीटिंग्स हम लोग कर पाएंगे तो ये बहुत अच्छा रहेगा। आप देखेंगे बहुत लंबे गैप के बाद हम लोग मिलते हैं। और जैसे ये आज RBI वाला मैटर है, तो RBI से तो सर सब लोग ही त्रस्त हैं। हम लोग कहीं ना कहीं कोई ना कोई मतलब सॉरी टू से, लेकिन कोई वही जैसे अनटचेबल मैडम ने बोला ना सर, वो है कहाँ जाए, किसको बोले, कोई मेल्स का कोई जवाब नहीं है, कोई रिप्लाई नहीं है। और बैंकों ने सिर्फ ये कह देना है कि भाई ये तो RBI के गाइडलाइन है। अभी सर ने बोला जैसे करंट अकाउंट एक्सपोर्टर कहीं भी और खोल सकते हैं, अगर आपका बैंक सर्विस नहीं दे रहा है आप नहीं खोल सकते हैं। वो कहते हैं कि भाई आपका तो 5 करोड़ से ऊपर का क्रेडिट फैसिलिटीज है, आप पहले RBI से परमिशन लेके आइए।
वो है, दिक्कतें बहुत आ रही हैं। मैं बताता हूँ, मैंने FIO में भी पूछा था कि अगर फॉरेन में अकाउंट खोलना चाहें, जैसे रिजर्व बैंक ने बोला जी अभी कुछ खुला नहीं है। मैंने 4-5 महीने पहले पूछा था। मैंने कहा अच्छा जब किसी का खुले तो बताइएगा कैसे खुल रहा है, कौन खोल रहा है। मतलब क्या है, RBI से तो हो गया, बट एक्चुअल प्रैक्टिकल कौन बैंकर कर पाया अभी तक, वो एक इशू बना हुआ है बहुत बड़ा। अच्छा, जहाँ तक मीटिंग का सवाल है जनरल साहब, मैं एक छोटी सी बात बोलता हूँ। रिजर्व बैंक के लिए जो हमने ये काफी दिन से हम पीछे लगे हुए थे, 1 महीने से, हम इससे भी बड़ी गैदरिंग भी कर लेते, लोग इंटरेस्ट लें तब ना। ये बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है। हाँ, अब उनको लगा 2 दिन से थोड़ी सी ज्यादा फोन वगैरह आ रहे थे कि जी हमें ऑनलाइन दे दीजिएगा। अब अगर हम ऑनलाइन दे देते हैं लोगों को, मतलब हमारे मेंबर्स को, तो थोड़ा सा ये लगेगा जो प्रैक्टिकली एक पेड सिस्टम से आ रहे हैं, जो एक बेचारे मतलब पहले से रजिस्टर करके आ रहे हैं, उनको बड़ी तकलीफ होगी। लेकिन ऐसा है, हमने भी थोड़ा डिप्राइव रहने दिया ताकि वो दोबारा ये सोचें कि अगर कोई ढंग का हो तो आए तो सही। एक्चुअली क्या है बलजिंदर जी, हमारी प्रॉब्लम क्या होती है, अगर अदरवाइज क्या है, प्रॉमिस हो जाते हैं, आते नहीं है। ये एक बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है। हाँ, अच्छा, कोविड के बाद सब लोग ऑनलाइन चाह रहे हैं, मैं आपको बताऊं, मीटिंग्स का ज्यादा सवाल है। पैनल मीटिंग्स में कितनी थिन प्रेजेंस होती है नंबर्स देख के, मतलब हमारे मेंबर्स कितने हैं उस पैनल के और कितने कम लोग प्रेजेंट होते हैं, ये एक रियल इशू चल रहा है।
सर, I would like to add here, क्यों ऐसा होता है? Let's go to the root cause. क्योंकि most of the time ऐसी meetings they don't result in anything. It's only theoretical. That's what people feel. And ये सब encourage हो जाएंगे if the real results come.
नहीं, the point here is, लेकिन हम लोग मिलके जब चलेंगे तभी रिजल्ट।
Yes, truly agree.
सॉरी
That-
मित्तल साहब, हाँ RBI वो रॉन्ग प्लेटफॉर्म हो जाएगा।
हाँ राजदीप सर,
आज इनका एडवांटेज उठा लेना।
हाँ राजदीप सर तो दिल्ली से एक्सपोर्टर्स या
He's
इम्पोर्टर्स
the most
बैठे हैं भाई।
important guy today.
सर ने भी
All
बोला
right,
है,
we
अच्छे
can-
से राजदीप जी हमारे रिजॉल्व करेंगे इशू।
Yeah, we can take other queries informally. And now I request everyone to join us for lunch in the adjacent hall to this room. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks to all.
Thank you so much.
आइए बलजिंदर जी।
Sir,